Sunny Dilang Khiden. Wat is die Hindikiang di Khatagan? How are y'all doing? My name is Watis DA. I'm Haida. I'm also one of the writers for the PBS Kids show Molly of Denali. This year, Molly of Denali has been nominated for Best Writing for a preschool animated show and also Outstanding Preschool Animated Series. But before I go any further, I'd like to say Jaha'a to see Alaska, Second Haida for sponsoring myself and 3 other Alaska natives from Southeast Alaska. Without you, I don't think any of us would have been able to experience what we experienced down at the Emmys. Ha'a. A little over 4 years ago, GBH, the company who makes Molly of Denali, they flew us down to Vancouver, BC. Ray Langford, the very first day, she shared a story of her first episode and ended up getting her first Emmy Award. And since then, I've been daydreaming what it'd be like to go to the Emmys, to go on stage, to hold up that award. That gave me hope. During that time, I was still going to college at the University of Alaska Fairbanks. I went back to school after my training with a new sense of hope that drove me to become a better writer, which is kind of surreal because I grew up failing English classes. I never thought that I would become a writer. My wife and her family, they helped me out tremendously on every single episode that I wrote. I also went to my family and they would read the script and give me feedback. It definitely took a village to write a script. I wanted to make sure every single word, every single line was not just for the kids who were watching, but for anybody who was watching. Because since this was the first time an Alaska Native-led character was on TV, we are making the new normal for national TV. I want to try to make this the right way, do this the right way. To fast forward to modern day, to the morning, going down to the Emmys, took the red-eye flight from 12 a.m. to 6 a.m. I didn't get to the hotel until around 9 a.m. It's kind of like what I dreamed of. Even right outside my hotel room, they were shooting a reality TV show. I was dead tired. I didn't sleep for over 30 hours. I had to go to a Life Below Zero party, so I couldn't go to sleep. But I was too excited to go to sleep anyways. So I brought my camera, took it out for a walk, I snapped a few shots, and I'm like, I'm in Hollywood. This is crazy. Matt Carl, who works for Sea Alaska, he gave me a text while I was driving, like, hey cuz, do you want to take over our Instagram page? Give your experiences. Follow me for the next couple days as we indigenize the Emmys. So yeah, that was pretty cool. I ended up passing out like around 6 p.m. that first night. I woke up about 3 a.m. the days of the Emmys. I was excited to say the least. We had a Molly of Denali party going downstairs in the hotel room that we were staying at. Around 2 p.m. I was getting ready right around noon. I should have had lunch. I didn't realize how long it was going to be until 8. It was great to see everyone again. Got to see Ray Langford, got to see Princess, Yadi Bay, Uwe, the godmother of Molly. No, I'm kidding. Dorothea, also the writers. A few of us were wondering how we're going to get to the Emmys. Abel Theater, Frank, one of the writers, and his mom were like, hey, you can get a ride with me in the Uber. So I hopped in an Uber with them. We took some snapshots while we were outside, just had some fun. By the time we got inside, found out that they were closing down the red carpet. We were kind of disappointed. Luckily, there was 2 nights of the Emmys. The first day was the creative side, and then the second day was kind of like the main awards. They had a little selfie station where you can be able to take selfies with a little strip of red carpet or purple carpet if you look closely, with the logo in the background. Right after I got done taking my little photo, corner of my eye, I saw John Sally, and I looked and I was like, is that John Sally? That was one of the only times I geeked out that first day. And because I grew up like a basketball fan, he was part of it. Anyways, so to fast forward to the theater portion, the awards, I felt this sense of pride, like, the Haidas, we have arrived. It felt good to be there. The Haidas have arrived. I found out I was like the 4th row to the stage. Huine, who was sitting right next to me, we had our programs up and we would be counting how how many more awards will be given out until it's our turn. And then we'll just kind of be bumping each other. 18 more to go, 12 more to go. Single digits. And we see our name, we both take pictures, and we're just being a bunch of kids, basically, taking selfies left and right. It went by so fast. Next thing you know, it was like 10 p.m. We're all taking selfies and big group photos at the stage, and we're just kind of soaking in and as long as we can. We came all the way from Alaska. We're gonna soak this in. We all saw like the kid inside of us, excited just to be there, to be invited to the party. It was an honor to be able to represent our people at the Emmys. After that adrenaline high went down, we're like, all right, so now what are we gonna eat? We all Ubered to one restaurant, and like they were busy. They were busy. One of the people was like, I'll eat off the ground if I have to. We just went directly next door, and luckily they're pretty good. We were all dressed up to go to like a 2-star restaurant. We walked back, took some photos of some stars because we had to. We're in Hollywood. Next thing you know, it was day 2 of the Emmys. We had another Mollywood party. And this time, Sovereign, the voice of Molly, for Molly Denali, was there. She got to be a presenter, the first presenter of the night. But this time, on everybody's mind that day was that we're not going to miss the red carpet this time. We're going to experience this one way or another. Yadi Bey moved up the limo a half an hour earlier just to make sure we got there safely. I believe like the radio was playing and the driver was like, hey, you guys can put on music in the back. Sean, Dorothea's husband, figuring out, I was like, hey, who has a phone? And I was like, I got a phone. So I have this indigenous playlist ready to go, and we're just having fun. We got into the vibe. That part felt like a movie. The only bad thing is it was my phone that was plugged in, so I had to unplug my phone to walk out to the limo. So I didn't get to experience that part. I felt it for them. Their vibes felt pretty good, so that made me feel pretty good. So we got there and we kind of sped up our process a little bit this time. We didn't take as many photos going inside. We knew where to go to. Got in the line, we're a little nervous. We got up there and we got our group photo taken. So this is day 2 of the Emmys, the main awards. So the main stars were there. So sitting right by us was Randall Park from Fresh Off the Boat and so many other shows and movies, and also Janelle Rodriguez from Jane the Virgin, also from a lot of different shows and movies. We're taking selfies and like, hi, we're geeking out. This night, Jack McBrayer was the host of the show. We knew going in from looking at yesterday's program that Molly Denali's show was the first award, so we didn't have to count down. Also, Lawrence Fishburne introduced LeVar Burton for the Lifetime Award, which was amazing. That whole night, it went by so fast, mostly because our category was out of the way. We got to just soak it in, have a lot of fun. After the Emmy Awards was over, was the gala. Had a lot of fun. There was a lot of dancing, a lot of people holding their trophies, and I'm just like, someday. So I just tried to soak it in as much as I could. We didn't win. We're 0 for 2. I ended up coming back home, being able to tell my wife, my kids stories. And the next day, I went to my daughter's pre-K classroom and told them traditional Haida stories. It was then when I was really brought back of, we did not tell our stories to win awards. We told stories to keep our history alive, to teach lessons, and for entertainment. Going down to Los Angeles, experiencing the Emmys was simply amazing. But it doesn't come close to for when I experienced going to town, village to village, of seeing the eyes of children, of watching Molly Denali. They get to see themselves on TV. They feel heard, they feel recognized. It's like their voice matters. To be able to bring that joy to each child out there, to each adult who never had that childhood, to see themselves on TV, finally get to see themselves. That's the real trophy right there. To everyone who helped me through my crazy journey, thank you very much for your love, for your support, because there's no way I would be here without you. out on.
Get a hoo-ha. Hoo-ha. Come on. Hoo-ha.